Okay, thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for clicking the little bell. Now, we got the drop from Colonel Kurtz. Okay, it's all the Manson legal team, the brand new documents. But there is so much. There's like 127 pages, and there's a lot of stuff that really doesn't matter. That we really don't need to go through. But I still have it all, so I want you to see it at least. So what I'm going to do is we're going to scan these pages and we're going to see what's there. But if nothing is there, then we're just going to have it. But I want you to still see it, like on the screen. So that way, if you see it and you want to read it, you can pause if you would like. So let's just start with this. Superior Court of California, County of Los Angeles, Civil Division, Brian Warner, Judge, Plaintiff, nature of proceeding. Not really anything there. Okay, and then on this one, on the court's own motion, the hearing, special motion, okay, blah, 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 blah. Okay, notice is waived. Okay, see, and that's what I want to do. So like these, you can pause it and read the whole thing if you like, but we're not going to do that because there's 127 pages. Okay, this part right here, let's just read in bold. Ex parte application for order shortening time to hear plaintiff's motion to conduct limited discovery pursuant to Code of Civil Procedure Section 425.16G and request for a continuance of defendant's motions to strike permit such limited discovery memorandum of points and authorities in support. Okay, so there's that right there. To all parties and their counsel of record, let's just take notice. Please take notice. Not really seeing anything. Hereby does court ex parte. Okay, application made pursuant, blah, blah, blah. See, it's just a lot of legal jargon and stuff like that. All right, we're going to go on. Hearing dates to allow the requested limited discovery, July 20th, 22, counsel for Warner. Okay, right here, let's read that. July 20th, 22, counsel for Warner provided notice to all parties of this ex parte application in compliance with the California Rules of Court Rules 3.1203 and 3.1204 C. King Declaration. Wood and Gore have indicated they will oppose Warner's request and submit opposition, explaining their positions. Because it's so little and I didn't zoom in. What an idiot I am. Okay, and their position prior to the hearing. Okay, so there's that one right there. Now this next one, memorandum of points and authorities. Plaintiff Brian Warner, a.k.a. Marilyn Manson, requests an order shortening the time for the court to hear his motion to conduct limited discovery pursuant to Code of Civil Procedure Section 425.16G and request for continuance of defendant's motion to strike to permit such limited discovery submitted herewith. Good cause exists for the ex parte relief sought. Okay, now here at the bottom, the court is authorized to shorten the time to hear Warner's request for limited discovery and ex parte relief is warranted under the circumstances. And like I've said, it's there. If you want to pause it and read all that rest of that stuff, you can. Next. Okay, adversely affect due process rights, civil code procedure, as stated in the Declaration of Howard E. King and other materials submitted herewith, a good cause exists. I didn't zoom in again, damn it. Exists to enter an order shortening the time to hear Warner's request for limited discovery or okay, see, that really doesn't matter. Nothing really there, but you can pause it. Detailed further in discovery of motion herewith, anti-SLAPP. Let's see this. When a moving anti-SLAPP defendant carries its burden to establish the causes of action it challenges arise from enumerated protected activity, a plaintiff with non-frivolous claims can defeat the motion under the second prong of the statute's two-prong test by showing a probability of success on the challenged claims, CCP 425.16B1. While defendants seek to strike certain causes of action, including on the grounds that Warner cannot show evidence of their state of mind intent, California law is clear that where evidence necessary to establish the plaintiff's prima facie case is in the hands of the defendant or a third party, as the case for state of mind intent evidence. Okay, and then they bring up some cases down here at the bottom. Counsel has complied with the notice requirements, of California Rules of Court, Rules 3.2, whatever. So then there's that. See, for notice further, California rules. Okay, conclusion. Let's read the conclusion. For the reasons set forth above, good cause exists for the court to grant the ex parte order shortening time to hear Warner's motion to conduct limited discovery pursuant to Code of Civil Procedure Section 425.16G and request for a continuance of... Okay, we read that already earlier. Okay, next. Now this one, Declaration of Emese Balog. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Emese, whatever. Emise. Maybe it's Emise. I, Amis Balog. Okay, this is a declaration, so I want to read this whole thing. I don't know who this person is. Amis Balog. Tell me who they are in the comments. The following facts are within my personal knowledge, and if called as a witness, I can and will completely testify thereto. I met Brian Warner, aka Marilyn Manson, online in approximately 2010. I was a fan of Manson's, living in Hungary at the time. In January 11, I spent 3 days and 2 nights in the company of Marilyn Manson while he was visiting Vienna for an art exhibition. During that trip, I communicated with Manson's personal assistant, Ashley Walters, who was traveling with Manson, and coordinated our meeting. When I arrived at their hotel in Vienna, she met me in the lobby and introduced me to Manson. When Manson was at the hotel, I stayed with him in his room, and when he was out, I stayed in Walters' room. I have not seen Manson or Walters since that weekend in January 2011. On October 5th, 2020 and January 22nd, 21, I received emails from Ilma Gore sent through my website. Here we go. And a true and correct copy of those emails are attached hereto as Exhibit A. We're going to see that in a little bit. The messages from Gore said in part, I know this is a very strange way to reach out, but my name is Ilma. I work with the Phoenix Act alongside Evan Rachel Wood. We were organizing a group of people to meet up in LA and Zoom Skype to talk about the experience that they had that might be similar to yours. In approximately February to May 21, I became aware through media coverage that lawsuits had been filed against Manson, including by Walters. I received Walters' complaint at the time, in which Walters states that she witnessed defendants' constant degradation of female fans, citing one example. See, now hold on, let's stop right there. Let's just say that's true, that Walters is she's telling the truth, even though she's a liar too. Like, you do realize that when that happens, the people that let Marilyn Manson, even if that's true, which I highly doubt because she lies, but even if that's true, the women that would allow Marilyn Manson to do that to them, they like that. They're into that. That's the problem here. The problem is that they're trying to say abuse, but yet all of these women are into that sort of thing. See? Let's see, female fans, citing one example, the January 11 trip to Vienna. I reviewed her further statement that while in Vienna, defendant met with a young girl. After inviting her to his hotel room, he bragged about having sex with her. He also texted Walters from his hotel room saying he took the girl's virginity. Okay, well, the guy's a rock star. A woman would love that. That doesn't make any sense. See, even if that's true, right? Even if he really did text her and he said, oh, I took her virginity. He's a rock star. A woman would love that. Like, that's the problem, is that this is the viewpoint that they have. Oh, well, Marilyn Manson, he abused these people. Dude, they probably wanted it. God, I'm not saying he abused them and that they wanted to be abused. I'm saying they were down to be with Marilyn Manson. Walter's description of my time with Manson and Walters in Vienna is false. Boom. Boom. From Amis Balog. Let's read that again. Walter's description of my time with Manson and Walters in Vienna is false. I was not degraded, humiliated, or abused by him. And while I did have sexual intercourse for the first time with Manson, I consented and enjoyed everything that happened because between us that weekend, I was also not a young girl at the time. I was a 19-year-old woman. Oh, boom. Suck on that, Walters. I was deeply disturbed by Walters' filing and Gore's emails. Not only had my story been taken and misrepresented by Walters without my knowledge or consent, but also I was being recruited by Gore as a supposed victim of Warner to join a group of people to talk about experience they had that might be similar to mine. All of this was false. As I was not a victim of Manson, I did not attend any groups organized by Gore or Wood. I declare under penalty of perjury under the laws of the state of California that the foregoing is true and correct. Boom. Suck on that, Scissor Sisters. Okay, and now these are the emails apparently. Sorry. Oh, we read that already, right? Okay, yeah, we read that one already. We read that already. Okay, here we go. Next one. Ooh, this is the good one. Here's another one. Declaration of Paula M. Weiss. Nice. Oh, this is getting juicy. I, Paula M. Weiss, declare as follows. The following facts are within my personal knowledge, and if called as a witness, I herein, okay, whatever. I have known Brian Warner, aka Marilyn Manson, since the 90s. During that time, I knew Manson as a social acquaintance. I am a model and actress and have gone by the name Paula Weiss, right? Yeah, Paula Weiss, okay, in my professional life. In approximately 96, I was living and working in LA. I went on a casting call for a music video. I was cast for the role. When I arrived at the shoot, I was seated next to Manson at hair and makeup. The video was for his song Long Hard Road Out of Hell. We became friendly during the shoot and thereafter engaged in a romantic relationship for roughly a few months. During this time, I became close to Manson and his band and spent time with them at Manson's home in Hollywood. Manson was never physically, emotionally, or sexually abusive towards me. Boom, boom, boom. Suck on that, Scissor Sisters. Let's read that again from Paula M. Weiss, right there. During this time, I became close to Manson and his band and spent time with them at Manson's home in Hollywood. Manson was never physically, emotionally, or sexually abusive towards me. Suck on that, Scissor Sisters. During the same period in approximately 96, when I was seeing Manson, I acted in a film by Manson called Groupie. I was approximately 21 to 22 years old at the time. Before the film was shot, Manson and I discussed his burgeoning, right, interest in filmmaking. We discussed his concept for the film and some high-level dialogue that he had drafted. The film would be shot at his house. We agreed that I would play a crazed fan, i.e. the groupie, who found out where Manson lived and was bringing him a piece of art. His bandmates would be at the house when I rang the doorbell. Excuse me. The scene was then to devolve into a scary game of truth or dare, straight out of a horror film. Only he and I would be in on the plot, and part of the concept was to capture the reactions of his bandmates and other people who were in the house. Oh, really? So this isn't any kind of stuff that Evan Rachel Wood was even talking about. Total crap, Evan. And again, I want to read that again because I friggin' love it. I, Paula M. Weiss, declare as follows. Manson was never physically, emotionally, or sexually abusive towards me. Suck on that, Scissor Sisters. Okay, would be in the plot or concept. Okay, before, during, and after the film shoot, I knew what I was doing and was totally comfortable with it. I fed on the energy of the shocked crowd and hammed it up for the scene. Boom. I felt completely and totally safe during the filming with Manson. Boom. I did not feel degraded, humiliated, exploited, or abused. Boom. I was acting make-believe. Boom. In fact, I felt like I was able to give, okay, let me zoom in just a tad bit, into the character and further develop my acting skills. I considered this film to be a professional job. It was a paid job, and the film was shot by acclaimed director Joseph Coltese. Yeah. I have seen the documentary of Manson's 96 tour called Dead to the World, which was also directed by Coltese. A short clip of the Groupie film I acted in was used in the documentary, and I was thanked in the credits. Special thanks, Paula Weiss. Any statements Any statements that I was under the age of 18 at the time Groupie was filmed, that Groupie depicted or constituted child porn or abuse, or that I was dead or killed are unequivocally false. Suck on that, Scissor Sisters. Scissor Sisters. Oh, take that, you freaking, I was going to say lesbos, but I don't care. They're going to get mad anyway. I want to read that whole part again. I want to read the whole thing again so the Scissor Sisters can get even more angry. Any statements that I was under the age of, okay, hold on. For the people that are going to say, whatever, this right here, because I'm going to put this clip on TikTok. This is Paula M. Weiss, the woman from the Groupie video that Evan Rachel Wood said, oh, I thought she was dead. Nah, lady. Right here. Any statement that I was under the age of 18 at the time Groupie was filmed, that Groupie depicted or constituted child pornography or abuse, or that I was dead or killed are unequivocally false. Oh, you smell that? Oh, it smells so good. Vindication. Smells good. I love the smell of vindication in the morning. I have never been contacted by Elma Gore or Evan Rachel Wood regarding my relationship or work with Manson. I declare a penalty of perjury. Yeah. There it is. Take that, Scissor Sisters. Ugh. Okay, declaration of Jaden Elworthy. I, Jaden, okay, whatever, following the facts, whatever. On or around May 22nd, 22, I met Ashley Morgan Smithline in London, England, and spent some time in her company. She later contacted me on Instagram Messenger from the account, whatever, to communicate about this time, which confirmed to me that this account and the person I met were the same. I declare under penalty of perjury of law that the foregoing is so, okay. Okay, so really nothing there, I guess. The declaration of Dominic Phoenix Scalia, right? Scalia, something like that. Oh, okay. So that's the next dude. That's 20 already. Okay. Now I got a little surprise for y'all. Monday we're gonna have an interview with this person, Dominic Phoenix Scalia. Just so y'all know, we're gonna have a little interview exclusive. I've been speaking to this person. It's gonna be good. So be ready for that for Monday. Hold on, let's get a little zoom action. I, Dominic Phoenix Scalia, aka Phoenix Thorn, declare as follows. The following facts are within my personal knowledge. Okay, whatever. I do not know Brian Warner personally, but over the last approximately several months became interested in his legal cases and have followed them online. I run the Instagram account Marilyn Manson is Innocent. On June 6, 22, I started a conversation over Instagram Messenger with from my account during our conversation with Ashley Morgan Smithline, during our conversation, which extended through January 22, we exchanged text, audio, image, and video messages. I shared pictures and details about myself. Attached as Exhibit A hereto are true and correct copies of excerpts from my conversations with Smithline. Okay, here we go. Let's zoom in right here. Let's see what we got. This is juicy. So juicy. You're not. You're beautiful. You looked really good in that People magazine interview. So pretty, okay? I can feel your sorrow. I'm so sorry you're struggling so much. Wow. They told me to lie and act and speak with no accent. It was truncated. Boom! There it is out of Ashley Morgan Smithline's mouth. Suck on that, Scissor Sisters. They told me to lie and act and speak with no accent. Scissor Sisters are going down. Why did they make you speak in an American accent out of curiosity? To be like Evan. Wow. Oh, I see. That's weird. There's already one of her. You could just be like you. That makes me sad. I just want to keep working and be myself. I got pulled into this whole cancel thing. Boom, 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 boom. There it is. There it is. Excuse me. Look at that. I'm so happy right now. I got pulled into this whole cancel thing, and I just want to keep on working and carry on living my own life. You smell that? Vindication. Oh, it smells so good in the morning. Let's see. That's completely understandable. Have you been doing okay? This has got to be pretty heavy, a pretty heavy burden to carry. It wasn't something I knew I was even being brought into. I never wanted to cancel anyone, and I just fell in with influence. I want to work and move forward. Now, is she talking like that because she knows she's busted? Maybe she was still a part of it. You see, the problem with that, for me at least, as a person looking at this and being a part of this, you knew what you did. You filmed a documentary. You filmed a documentary. You didn't know what was going on, so, I'll take her word for it, but, I think she knew. I think. That's just me. You're not a bad enough person, though. You just do what you need to do to survive in life, right? Even if you have to be dishonest sometimes, I'm willing to bet that you never actually try to hurt anybody. You never actually want to hurt anybody. I wouldn't actually hurt a fly. I have no anger or malice. Are you sure you're not Australian? Evan's documentary narrative just needs a certain spin for her billions. Billions? What? Billions. I know she doesn't mean money because Evan ain't got no money like that. And then I saw you on the news, Lamau, and so you did not want to be there. He kind of looks like you've been awake. He kind of looks like you've been awake for 3 days straight and were possibly on 6 caffeine pills. Damn, that's a lot. Bloody speech to text. And ket? What? Ketamine, right? Is that what ket means? Oh, my freaking eye. Ketamine, right? LMFAO, you were on the Special K while you did the interview. You should resent young girls who reenacted the Crucible. To be honest, you did seem a little strung out because it's my name. They destroyed me. I had to numb. Wow. Wow. They destroyed me. I had to numb. Wow. That's good. Vindication smells so good in the morning. All of you were roped into this though it was all Evan's sweetheart, Esme and Media and Ilma, to be fair. Good acting is one thing Evan has going for her, but they really let me be Patsy and take it the worst. I left country. Dang. Yeah, the media was also roped into this. Evan had a lot of power here. She controlled everything. I can't exist in that cruelty. People take the purest, kindest souls to take falls. I know, sweetie, but we're going to clear your name one day, yeah? And I'm no angel, but it's just not okay. I know you were gullible and a people pleaser and you thought you were doing the right thing. See, and something like this person, she just seems like she just wants to live, right? Like she's been saying, I just want to work. But the problem is that they'll take advantage of that. People like Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore, and that has nothing to do with sex or gender. The people that are like that, they'll take advantage of you. If they know that you're a weak person like that. Dude, they'll take advantage of you in an instant. They don't care. They don't give a gosh damn. Did you really think that by lying, making up your own story, you would be helping her? Yeah, I hate lies too. I can't stand telling lies and I can't stand injustice. Always got to do the right thing, even if it hurts me in some way. I usually end up feeling better after anyway. Yeah, really, for real. And that's why I can't lie. I'm not good at it. I've said it before. I'm not good at lying. I'm a horrible liar. I'm not even good at poker. So that's why when something like this happens, totally agree with this person. Like I've fallen for someone and we went about it as adults. We wasn't supposed to, but 3 days in, we owned it and took lashing to blame and consequence. Took blame and consequence. Your heart chooses what it does, and life is already written. All right. Well, there's the bombshell right there. So let's go back and check that bombshell. I need to see that again because it makes me feel so good reading this. Today's a Good Friday. Good Friday. And I don't mean in the religious way. It's just a Good Friday. So let's say she was obviously on ketamine. Okay. Ashley Morgan Smithline was on ketamine when she did that. And then she blames Ilma Gore and Evan Rachel Wood. They destroyed me. I had to numb. Womp, womp, womp. Oh, man. I wouldn't actually hurt a fly. Okay, see that? The next one. Okay. I just want to keep working. I got pulled into this whole cancel thing and the keep working, living. Okay, it wasn't something. See, this is the hard part for me. It wasn't something I knew I was even being brought into. So the thing is, this is a good thing. So we're not going to, crap on her the way that Amber Heard crapped on Johnny Depp's bed. So we're just going to take her word for it because this is good. I'm glad that at least finally, she probably feels better. This Smithline woman, she probably feels better, and that's what matters, man. Guilt will kill you. Stress will kill you. That kind of stuff. So let's move on to this. Declaration of Blair Burke. Here we go. Let's get a little zoom action. Let's see. I, Blair Burke, declare as follows. I am an attorney licensed to practice law in the state of California to serve. Okay, following facts are within my Okay. On or around November 21, I became aware of a letter purportedly written and signed by an agent Michelle Langer of the FBI concerning the purported federal criminal investigation into Warner and a supposed threat to the safety of Evan Rachel Wood and others. A true and correct copy of that letter is attached as Exhibit A. I had immediate concerns about the authenticity of the letter based on my nearly 30 years of experience practicing federal and state criminal law because the letter purportedly written on behalf of a federal law enforcement agency was not printed on official letterhead. Really? Really, Scissor Sisters? Oh my God. Oh my God. They didn't even bother to forge letterhead. Come on, what kind of criminals are you, Scissor Sisters? What is wrong with you? They need to make a band, the Scissor Sisters. They really do. I can't believe this. Let's go back and read that again because that's freaking hilarious. State and criminal law purportedly written on behalf of a federal law enforcement agency was not printed on official letterhead. The correspondence stated the author was from the Federal Violent Crimes Department. Dun dun. That sounds like SVU. That sounds like absolutely on TV. That sounds like something Federal Violent Crimes Department. And even when I read that the original time, I was like, Federal Violent Crimes Department. That sounds so stupid. I had no knowledge and quickly determined it did not exist. The correspondence was not addressed to a specific person. Goddamn Burger King. Had handwritten contact names on it and also contained glaring typographical errors. Really? Oh, they couldn't do spell check? Really? On or around January 26, 22, at my direction, my office undertook efforts to determine if there was an actual special agent for the FBI named Michelle Langer. Contemporaneously, my office called the telephone number attached to Agent Langer's name on the letter. A woman named Michelle Meyer answered the phone. So they used a real phone number. Meyer told my office she was not a federal agent and she was not Michelle Langer, but was instead an acquaintance of Mr. Warner. What? After determining that the FBI did not employ a special agent by that name on or around February 2nd, 22, I called the Tampa Bay field office of the FBI. The dispatcher I spoke to located FBI agent Michelle Langer in that office. So it was a real person? Oh my God. How do you not go to prison for this? How do you not go to prison for this? Oh, I forgot, because she's a woman. Gosh. Okay, Michelle Meyer, Tampa Bay field office, in that office. I was connected to Agent Langer, who answered the telephone. During this call, I described the letter and emailed Agent Langer a copy of it. Agent Langer told me that she believed the letter was likely a fraud based on my description of the letter. So how is it that right then and there they didn't open an investigation of who wrote that letter? Who wrote that letter? Have you noticed I'm really trying really hard to not cuss anymore? God, who wrote that letter? They should have opened an investigation. Those Scissor Sisters should have been in prison. They should be in prison right now, the Scissor Sisters. Ugh. Oh, and then they're going to be real orange is the new black, huh? I told Agent Langer I represented Brian Warner, a.k.a. Marilyn Manson, and asked if she was familiar with this person who had ever been involved in any criminal investigation of Mr. Warner. Agent Langer said she recognized the name, excuse me, but had never investigated Mr. Warner or any matter related to Warner. Agent Langer also stated that she had not ever investigated any matter related to Wood. After receiving and reviewing the letter, Agent Langer confirmed to me that 1, she did not write the letter. Boom. Scissor Sisters. 2, she never authorized the contents of the letter. Boom. Scissor Sisters. She never authorized any use of her name on the letter. And boom. Scissor Sisters. And 4, there is no federal crimes. Oh my God. I can't even believe somebody would think that that's a thing. Federal Violent Crimes Department. Or associated with the FBI. God. Ugh. Vindication smells good in the morning. During this call, I also asked Agent Langer whether she recognized the name Ilma Gore, a.k.a. Ashley Gore. Agent Langer stated the name sounded familiar and that she believed that Gore had previously contacted Agent Langer to report a crime unrelated to Mr. Warner. What? On or around February 3, 22, I spoke to Agent Langer again. During this call, Agent Langer also confirmed that there was in fact no active criminal investigation of Mr. Warner being conducted by the FBI. Boom. Another lie. How are these women not in prison, man? How are they not in prison right now? And they should be... Honor for criminal investigator Warner. Discussing the letter again, Agent Langer stated that she had a suspicion of how her name had been wrongfully used. 2 individuals, Mitch Emerson and Kelly Bloschchild, had previously contacted her office to report a crime unrelated to Warner. Like Gore, Emerson and Bloschchild are involved with the Phoenix Act and has posted to Twitter that he works with the Phoenix Act. Emerson is listed on LinkedIn as the executive director of the Phoenix Act and has posted to Twitter that he works with the Phoenix Act. A true and correct copy of those web pages are attached as Exhibit B. And Kelly Bloss, believed to be Bloschchild, is also listed on the LinkedIn as the communications liaison of the Phoenix Act. So it's not only Gore and Wood, it's the whole Phoenix Act, dude. Wow, what? Oh, so that means this is like a gang thing. These people like had like a little organization going, right? Man. Oh my God. Posted to Twitter. Okay, believes Blassard linked to Communication Phoenix Act and has posted to Twitter that she works with the Phoenix Act, another web page, whatever. My name is Kelly Blosschild. I have worked with an organization called the Phoenix Act. A true and correct copy of those web pages are attached as Exhibit C. I understood from my conversations with Agent Langer that at the time she was not authorized to prepare a declaration in a civil action stating the above facts because of the ongoing investigation of the letter by her office and the U.S. Attorney's Office. Good, good, good. And I hope that investigation leads to arrests of the Scissor Sisters because, gosh dang it. Oh, this is getting me infuriated as we keep on going. I declare, okay, whatever. I declare under perjury, blah, 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 blah. And then there's the letter. There's the letter. Right there. And then here are their posts. This is on Twitter. At Mitch Emerson. Look at him. Oh, God, of course. He looks like some douchebag. Today is Trump. Oh my God. And then he's talking about Trump. Oh, I told you, these people are political douchebags. Oh, I knew it. Oh. And then look at this one on LinkedIn, Mitch Emerson. I need to get a LinkedIn, right? I think that would probably help with the kind of stuff I want to do. I think that would probably help. LinkedIn. Does anybody know about LinkedIn? Is it good? Does it work? Let me know in the comments. And then look at this one, Kelly Bloss. Ew, look at her. She's ugly, dude. Activity. Kelly hasn't posted to that lately. Okay, here we go. On what is it, Twitter? I'm honored to work with the Phoenix Act, a domestic violence organization working to establish coercive control and expand. Oh, coercive control. Oh yeah, you're trying to coerce people, all right. You want control, all right. You're a horrible individual, and if I could curse, I would curse you out right now. And expand legislative rights for survivors. We are completely survivor-led and survivor-funded. Okay, next one. Declaration of Howard E. King. Let's get a little zoom action. Where are we at? Okay. I, Howard E. King, declare as follows. I am an attorney licensed to practice law in California, service counsel, blah, 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 the following facts, blah, blah, blah. I instructed my office to pull certain publicly available records from the Tennessee State Court case captioned Evan Rachel Wood. Oh, this is her court case for her kids. Okay, pending in the Third Circuit Court for Davidson County, Tennessee at Nashville. Attached hereto as Exhibit A are true and correct copies of excerpts of those records, including sworn declarations and attachments submitted by both Wood and Bell. These publicly available sworn documents state that on the morning of December 22nd, 20, Wood sent Bell an email stating, I have been advised by both Jack and my safety is at risk and that it is in our best interest to remain in Nashville. I will forward to you my contact at the FBI and you should feel free to call with whatever questions you have. These publicly available documents further state that Bell submitted a sworn declaration under oath stating, I received a letter from Evan on 23. Okay, we read that already. The letter was sent to me through case signal. I have attached true and copy, whatever, first received the message. Okay, here it is. The version shows Evan's name at the top of the post. When I first received the message, another person's name was at the top of the post, Ilma Gore. Evan deleted that post. The letter was not on any kind of department letterhead. Dude, you could forge that. You could easily forge that. You guys went through all this trouble, and the thing that brought you down was letterhead? Really? I mean, not only letterhead, but you know what I mean. I mean, if you're really going to go that far, at least do it all the way. Jeez. See the message person's name. Okay, federal. Okay, the letter was not any kind of department letterhead and was supposedly from a woman named Michelle Langer at the Federal Violent Crimes Department. Dun dun. I Googled but found no such department or woman. I called the number for Michelle Langer on the letter for 2 days. The person gave me another number on which I called and left a voicemail. I never heard back. Okay, some zoom action. These publicly available documents further state that attached to Bell's sworn declaration are emails between Bell and Wood, in which Wood told Bell on December 23rd, 20, in response to Bell's statement that it appears I have been calling the incorrect number for 2 days, that if the number Michelle put on her official letter isn't reaching her, then I would assume the number is also correct. I also signaled you another number. Bell respond, the number beneath Michelle's signature on the letter you sent belongs to a different Michelle. Wood responded, I see. Not sure what happened then. You'll have to ask Michelle when you reach her. Not sure what happened. You'll have to ask her. I don't know. I'm not sure. What an idiot. Jeez. When you reach her, these publicly available documents further state that attached to Bell's and Wood's sworn declarations are copies of a letter purportedly written and signed by FBI agent Michelle Langer. God, dude. You know what? This feels like a movie or something. This feels like an episode of SVU. That's what it really feels like. On March 2nd, 22, Warner filed a complaint in the above captioned action on or about March 2nd, 22. I instructed my office to download and print any tweets posted from the verified Twitter account of Ilma Gore. Verified? What? She's and really? That's not surprising. I don't know why I'm surprised. It's Twitter. It's Twitter. Only trash people get verified on Twitter. Absolute trash. A true and correct copy of this 3 such tweets collected and attached to Exhibit B. On April 28, 22, Wood filed a special motion to strike portions of the complaint. On May 24, 22, Gore filed a similar special motion to strike. Following a stipulated extension, Wood and Gore noticed hearings on their motions. Based on these dates, we understood and relied upon the facts that Warner would have been several months collecting invisible evidence, blah, 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 blah. Okay, whatever. Prior to July 6, 22 case management conference, my office met and conferred with counsel for Wood. Counsel for Wood was informed Warner would be seeking to lift the discovery stay. The topic advancing the motion hearing notice to December 22 was not discussed. In Wood's CMC statement, she did not ask for the hearing to be advanced. Okay. Prior to July 6, 22 case management conference, my office met and conferred with counsel for Gore. Counsel for Gore was informed Warner would be seeking to lift the discovery stay. The topic of advancing the motion hearing notice for January 23 was not discussed. In Gore's CMC statement, she did not ask for the hearing to be advanced. At the July 6, 22 case management conference, the court ordered, what is that? Sua sponte? Yeah. That Wood's hearing be advanced to August 18th, 22, and Gore's September 13th, 22. Oh, so that's coming up. Really? Compressing the time Warner the motion is given weeks. Warner advises discovery. Warner will suffer immediate irreparable harm if the request is not heard. Blah, 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 blah. My office attempted but was unable to decline a declaration from non-party witness Michelle Meyer. What? Counsel for Meyer stated she would be willing to able to comply with a court order or subpoena and would accept service on her behalf. Attached hereto is Exhibit C are true and correct copies of text and or emails between Gore and Meyer. Whoa. Okay, we got to go see that right now. Seeks to have authenticated through limited discovery requested. I understand Meyer may be living outside of California. My office attempted but was unable to obtain declaration from third party Catherine McGaffigan, right? Attached hereto is Exhibit D are true and correct copies for text and or email messages between Gore and McGaffigan that Warner seeks to have authenticated through limited discovery requested. I understand McGaffigan may be living outside California. Okay, well, there we go. Damn, that's 40 tabs already we're passing. Now let's see this. Ugh, Burger King. Damn it. It's always a mistake. I always make that mistake, but it's just so good. My office contacted counsel for Wood asking whether she would sit for a deposition on August 5th, 22, and what days she would be available. We also asked whether Wood would oppose Warner's request for continuance of hearing. Wood responded but did not provide any dates and said she would oppose any discovery, continuance, and ex parte application. A true of this email is Exhibit E. My office contacted counsel, same thing. Exhibit E, January 20th. 9:30 a.m. My office gave notice of the ex parte application, motion for limited discovery, request for continuance in July 2nd, 22nd, ex parte hearing. Okay, none of that. Blah. Following email addresses. Okay, parties, case. Okay, so it doesn't really look at anything there. Now here we go. Notice of filing of California pleadings. Certificate of service. Okay, now let's see what this says. Declaration of Evan Rachel Wood. Let's see what this person says. I mean, I want to say a lot of other words, but I'm trying to be better here. I'm trying to not curse. I'm trying to be a better person. I, Evan Rachel Wood, declare as follows. I am the respondent in the above entitled matter. I submit this declaration in support of the above entitled matter, and if called upon as a witness, I could and would testify. Why did I read that again? I was in a previous relationship with petitioner Andrew James Mafton Bell, Jamie, and we are the parents of Jack Donovan Bell, who was born. Okay, I am making special appearance to respectfully request that the court dismiss, abate, strike, or stay the petition to determine parental relationship filed by Jamie. What? As California is not a jurisdictionally proper forum for making the initial custody determination concerning Jack. Wow. See my phone, I'm like squeezing it. The alleged service upon me in the summons and the petition and Jamie's paternity of lack of sexual manner, blah blah blah, pursuant to family code. Jack no longer has a significant connection to California, and substantial evidence of Jack's care and relationships are in Tennessee. There is a pending action in Tennessee. Thus, if the California court is inclined to entertain Jamie's actions, then the California and Tennessee courts must first communicate to determine the appropriate jurisdiction. And given the dangers posed to Jack, if we were forced to relocate to Los Angeles, Tennessee is a more appropriate forum. You really want a child growing up in LA? Really? Recent background: I am an actor, everyone. Key witness in pending criminal investigation, connection with the investigation of the victim. I allege that I was a victim of torture, rape, and pedophilic grooming by an internationally known public figure, and I am not the only woman who has alleged the foregoing criminal conduct, and I personally know of many other women who have advanced allegations against the same individual. Shut up, lady. God, I am extremely oh my God. I am extremely afraid of the alleged offender. I'm so sure. Oh, I'm so sure. I have suffered severe traumatic physical and emotional injury at his hands, and I'm afraid that he will seek retribution against me for testifying by harming me, our son, and members of our family. Due to the seriousness of the allegations, the potential danger to me as a key complaining witness, and the inevitability that the criminal investigation will become public knowledge, I was advised by criminal investigators that my and my family's safety was at risk. Approximately 4 months ago, in late November 20, I made the decision to exclusively reside in the Tennessee home. At no time did I conceal from Jamie our whereabouts. In November and December 20, Jamie was filming a movie in New Mexico and did not visit us. Jamie and I agreed that I would have Jack in Nashville under my care through at least December 18th. Jamie would not agree to travel to Tennessee and insisted his parenting time takes place in a neutral location. This past weekend, I brought Jack to Florida, where he will spend 2 weeks with his father before returning to Nashville to be with me. Background of Jack's residences. We don't need to know about that. Throughout 2014, Jamie was working. Moving on a movie. 2016, I purchased a second home. What? Excuse me? Oh, you're just going to say that like nothing? We're not going to gloss over that. I thought you were a victim. Evan. 2018, I purchased a second home in LA solely to serve as temporary housing when I was filming in Los Angeles. So you don't sound like a victim at all. At all, lady. At all. Wow. I can't even believe this crap. So she has multiple houses, and we're supposed to feel sorry for her because she's a victim and she has nowhere to turn. Okay. California and Tennessee, blah, 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 blah. Paternity. There's the end of that. Declaration of Andrew James. Okay, this is the dude. Let's see here. This is the dad. I, Andrew James Mafton Bell, hereby declare, blah, 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 request for order. Evan continues to withhold our son Jack from me out of state. As I explained to the court in detail in January 22nd, 21, declaration in support of this request for order, Evan abruptly and unilaterally decided to withhold Jack from me in mid-December 20. I will not repeat here what I explained to the court in my January 22nd declaration, 21, but I will add that my repeated attempts to put even a temporary custody plan in place have been ignored or refused by Evan. What a jerk, man. What a jerk. There's many other words I could say for that, but we're gonna go with jerk. That Evan just last week allowed me to take a trip with Jack to Florida conveniently right before the hearing of my request for order does not change the fact that Evan is preparing to continue withholding Jack in Tennessee and that we have no timetable for a return to the 50-50 custody we previously shared. It is simply not true that that I consented to Evan keeping Jack outside of California as she falsely claims, or that I have not been trying to desperately get him back to see him. Here are just some of the examples of attempts. Okay, a little bit of zoom action. I asked Evan to speak with me and the co-parenting therapist we used in the past, Lisa Hacker, to figure out a custody plan. Miss Hacker contacted Evan as well. Evan did not respond. True and correct copies. Okay, I attended meditation with Evan. What? Yeah, mediation, meditation. I was like, why would you meditate with that woman? That is dumb. And our respective attorneys and Evan's request on February 18th, 21 with Honorable Scott. Okay, I tried to do this mediation earlier in January, but Evan and her counsel would only agree to February. A true and correct copy. Okay, I agree to the judicial officer. She proposed to pay one half of the cost. After several hours of discussion, Evan and her counsel abruptly left and refused to put even a temporary plan in place for our son to be returned to my custody at his home in California. God, what a jerk, man. What a jerk. Jeez, and I could say so many other words for that. I can't even believe you, Evan. And that's because the reason I get mad about that right now is because I'm going through something like that. And the mother of my children is really great. She's really great with the custody thing. You know, you don't need to be like that, Evan. You have no reason to be like that. You're a horrible person. And I could say so many other things that I want to say, but you're a horrible person. God, dude. And I just want to say thank you to the mother of my children because she's great on that. And this custody, dude, the kids, it's not their fault. It is not the children's fault. Don't do that kind of stuff to the children, man. I believe that the entire mediation was a little zoom action. I believe the entire mediation was just another bad faith delay on Evan's part. And that she made no real effort to resolve custody. On the Monday immediately following this bad faith mediation, February 22, 21, Evan filed a custody action in Tennessee. I believe this was yet another stall tactic. I have had to hire local counsel for the limited purposes, yeah, that's a horrible thing to do, of challenging jurisdiction in Tennessee. I have never resided in Tennessee. I have only visited briefly to visit with Jack in the past when Evan brought him there over the holidays or a break from school. The idea that our custody case might proceed in Tennessee is absurd. Evan spends approximately 8 months in LA each year filming the HBO television show Westworld, let alone another film or television projects. Evan has told me she is coming back to Los Angeles in 21 to film the next season of Westworld. I sought ex parte custody in orders from the court in March 2nd, 21. I continue to message Evan with the hope, however dim now, poor guy, of working something out with her. Poor guy, man. That's all. What a jerk, man. Evan, you suck, dude. Evan tells me to talk to her lawyers while her lawyers represent to mine that she and I are discussing the issue. I have attached the correct, copies in Exhibit 9, whatever. My lawyers have written to Evan's lawyers and made multiple proposals so that Jack could spend some time with me outside of LA where Evan contends he would be in danger. I have suggested meeting her and Jack in a neutral location halfway between here and Nashville, Tennessee, where she has been withholding Jack from me. I am not comfortable going to Tennessee because Evan filed a request for restraining orders in Tennessee to prevent me from leaving the state with Jack. Well, I mean, you don't want to do that, bro. Why would you do that? No, don't do that. Do not do that. You're a man. They will track you down and they will arrest you because that woman is a liar and she'll say anything. So I'm glad because this is old, right? Like this already happened. So I'm glad this guy didn't actually do that because a woman like Evan Rachel Wood, she'll put you under the jail for no reason. And something like that, if you leave the state with your kid, oh yeah, they'll call the feds for that. Oh, he kidnapped our son. He kidnapped our... I have also suggested that Jack spend time with me in Florida where my in-laws have a residence. When Evan's attorneys finally provided some actual dates she would supposedly agree to, they were not until late March, and she also continued to suggest I come to Tennessee where she had sought the restraining order against me. Why would she keep wanting him to do that? Probably because she wanted him to get in trouble. That's probably it, right? What a jerk, man. Evan's attorneys then indicated on March 17th, just before Evan's response paperwork was due in court, that I could have Jack in Florida from March 20th to April 3rd. As I had asked. It is the first and only time she has permitted me time with Jack since December 2020. Poor guy. And now we all have to deal with her. I would also like the court to know that Evan's recent behavior with Jack is truly alarming. Evan, is thankfully still facilitating FaceTime, though that is the only contact I have with Jack, now apart from her recent concession to let me see Jack in Florida. During a FaceTime call I had with Jack on February 25, 21, Jack said something to the effect of, "You're not good, Daddy. You're not here." It broke my heart. A few weeks earlier, Jack told me he drew a picture of a man who has been hurting him. Evan jumped on the call and corrected him, saying, "Not the man hurting you, the man hurting me." Jack said that the man's name was Brian, Marilyn Manson's real name, and he lives 3 miles from my house in Los Angeles, and said that that's why he was staying in Nashville. Evan's initial contention as to why she failed to return Jack to California was because she says she is involved in a high-profile investigation regarding supposed abuse by Brian. I have nothing to do with this investigation, but Evan contends that she is now fearful for her and Jack's safety. Poor guy. Poor guy, man. Poor guy. Okay, safety. During our recent stipulated visitation that Evan allowed at my in-laws' house in Florida, Jack voiced his concern for his safety and reminded us repeatedly of the man who hurt his mom and displayed emotional outbursts related to the case and his mother's involved in. When I mentioned fun things to do in the future, Jack told me he could only do them if Brian is in jail. I am absolutely appalled and terrified that Evan is feeding this information to our 7-year-old. You're a horrible person, Evan. You're a horrible person. And I could say so many words, and I'm not going to do it anymore because I'm trying to be better than that, but you're a horrible person. Ugh. Evan previously made similar allegations of abuse against Marilyn Manson, which has been well documented in the press. Their relationship and alleged abuse took place many years ago. I fully support Evan and any victim of abuse, but any such abuse here is not new and does not involve me or our son. I know Evan loves our son, but I am very concerned by how she is handling the current situation. Whatever fears Evan may have regarding third parties should have nothing to do with me or custody of our son. I do not even want to think of the short and long-term psychological harm Evan might be inflicting upon Jack with this kind of talk and my prolonged separation from him. And you know what? Evan seems like one of those women that they're alone, right? Like they're one of those single mothers, and I'm not talking about the single mothers like that my subscribers. She seems like one of those single mothers that will talk mad crap about the father to the child for no reason, and just because she wants to, and the kid is just there listening, and he doesn't even know what's going on, and he's just hearing everything that the mother is saying, and then so he gets brainwashed, and he doesn't even know what's going on. It's just the child. You're a horrible person, Evan. You are a horrible person. Separation from him. Okay, my prolong. Okay, I do not even think about the short-term psychological being inflicted upon Jack with this kind of talk and my prolonged separation from him. I worry now that Evan is alienating me from Jack, even inadvertently. I simply want to normalize things for our son and bring him home to L.A. Well, bro, I'm gonna tell you, man. You want to raise a child in L.A., you better have some money. You better have some money, because if you're poor in L.A., you're screwed. It is absurd to me that Evan is now bringing up events from 7 or 8 years ago when I didn't see it, when I was in my 20s, to somehow malign me. What do you mean it's surprising? Come on, man. What do you mean it's surprising? That shouldn't be surprising in the slightest. And even worse for this guy, bro, you didn't know who you married, or you didn't know who you had a kid with, or what? You didn't know she was a psycho, like a psychotic freak? You didn't know that, or what? While Evan and I both travel at times to work on location, we have otherwise shared 50-50 custody in LA for years, and I am a devoted father. Good job, bro. Good on you, man. And he sounds like it. He sounds like he's a good dad, and she's just a horrible person. To Jack, as well as Jack's sister Ripley, my nearly 2-year-old daughter with my wife Kate. Evan and I have not been in a romantic relationship for almost 7 years, but during that time have mostly been successful at co-parenting Jack here in LA. Good. See, and co-parenting is very important. Very important. I'm going through that right now. It's all about the kids, man. Who cares about her? I don't care about her. Like, I don't care what she does. I don't care who she dates. Just leave the kids out of it. Let them be happy, and let's take care of them. And that's it. We each facilitated drop-offs and pickups. During that time, I've been mostly successful co-parenting in L.A. Hey, that's even worse. In L.A., nice job on that one. We each facilitated drop-offs and pickups, accommodated each other's sometimes irregular work schedules, alternated holidays, and together planned, organized, and attended Jack's birthdays. The most recent of which we held at my and my wife Kate's house during the pandemic lockdown, with Evan and her partner in attendance. Ugh. Jack could have returned in person to schooling in February 21 with his classmates at his school, Children's Community Center in Van Nuys, but Evan is now precluding, what is that? Yeah, precluding him from doing so. It was Evan who wanted Jack transferred to this school last summer from his former school in LA as well. Now she won't allow him to attend in-person learning. I believe it is detrimental to Jack to miss out on his classmates, teachers, and socialization. In-person instruction fosters. Now, we all know that's not even politics. Oh, we just hit an hour, but we're going to finish this. We all know that the kids not going to school, it totally messed them up. It totally messed them up. And I don't care what anybody says. The kids not going to school totally messed them up. Let's see. Okay. Partner attendance, Jack. Okay. Jack's teachers. Okay, yeah. Jack's teachers have also told me in-person learning is better for Jack's development. It is, absolutely. Re-enrollment forms for the next school year were due at the end of February 21. And both Evan and I provided the re-enrollment paperwork to the school, a true and correct copy, blah, blah, blah. I did not see Evan mention in her paperwork that she has a house in Sherman Oaks located at Redacted. This is the house where Jack lived during her 50% custody time prior to her withholding Jack in Tennessee this December. The house is held in the name of a California trust that's managed by a California trustee. Our former joint business manager at, what is that, Gersi Schneider? I have attached the correct copies, Exhibit 11. Okay. Oh, there's still a little bit more. Hold on. I desperately need this court to help get Jack back home. Poor guy, man. I am still in shock at the direction this has all taken. For 7 years, I shared equally custody of Jack with his mother, and now his mother has been keeping him from me since December. I have tried co-parenting therapy, mediation with a private judge, communicating directly with Evan, negotiating through attorneys, and I still do not have any physical custody of my son. This is an absolute nightmare. It makes no sense to me. I am not trying to take Jack away from Evan. Well, you should. You really should. That woman is insane. That woman is absolutely insane. That child has no business around that woman. This is an absolute nightmare. It makes no sense. Okay, I just want to go back to shared custody we had in LA. And that's going to be the end for today. Wow. So I guess there's another declaration, so we're going to get into that on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. But dude, just from what we read right now, that's enough, man. We're just going to keep going, but just from what we read, jeez, man. So sad at the end right there. So sad. You're a horrible person, Evan. You really are. So we're going to leave it there. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for staying with me this long. Wow. Yeah, we will catch you next time.